Here's our downtown area, downtown Conroe. This is the county seat. This is our courthouse up here. A lot of the churches here in downtown Conroe, there were many here when I first came 10 years ago, 12 years ago. This actually used to be a Methodist church. That used to be a Catholic church. They've since moved on. The only church that has remained in this downtown area is the First Baptist Church of Conroe and the Vineyard Church of Conroe. Anyhow, this is our neighborhood here, which is very diverse as itself. An old neighborhood from the 30s, actually. This is my kids' school here. We actually walked to school today. We're driving for your benefit because it's raining. You can see it's a very old neighborhood. The schools are new, and at our schools we do have about 80% Hispanic attending, and then it's generally it's African American, and then Anglo from then on down. We've been very blessed to be a part of this community, which when I first came here was very segregated, not so segregated now. As with our church, we've seen desegregation in Conroe moving, mainly because times have changed, but also for us, being a blended family or a biracial family, we've seen a lot of biracial families coming and involving themselves at the Vineyard Church of Conroe. As you can see, coming across over here, our community, lots of signs are actually in Spanish, and actually Montgomery County has increased over 100% Hispanic in the last 10 years. Teresa and I both grew up in very diverse neighborhoods where it was the 60s, and we were one of the few Anglo families that were there, one of the few white families, and it was very difficult. So I know what it's like to be in a different situation, and as it were, I learned a whole lot about learning how to make friends who were different than me, and to learn how to live life that was different. It was a very difficult transition that way, because most of the 60s, most of the people around me were very racist, including parts of my family. And those parts of my family, when they found out that I was adopting African American children, have since disowned me. But even if that hurts, it's the reality of what's there. We're going to get out and go look at the church right now, if that's okay. This is where we meet each other. It's our lobby here in this church. Again, this church was built in the 30s and added on in the 50s, and we did a lot of work here as we purchased it in 2001 to make room over here for our cafe, amongst other things, so that people can have coffee and a fun time. Right here is where we have our Spanish translation devices that come in, and we have people who meet them where they're able to receive those transmitters and to be able to hear the sermon in Spanish as well. It's a simultaneous translation. We also do bilingual worship here. Not only are we dealing with bilingual and diverse cultures, we're also dealing with a diversity in the sense of an older church with a newer feel and these kind of things, to see this community change in that way. What used to be choirs now is generally music that involves a lot of blues and a lot of music that conjures up soul music and things of that nature. So Lord led us here to Conroe, into this area, and it's just been tremendous for us right next to the railroad tracks, and hearing the cars come by with a boom, 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 and all that stuff. Shocking to some people, but to us it felt like coming home. It's been a real blessing. Say bye, guys. Bye.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Bye, everybody. Flow the river, life gives